showcase for fundamentals of acting class at RCC. These are the players today. We're going to be very transparent about what we do. Today we're presenting a series of scenes, all written by William Shakespeare from the plays of Shakespeare. So where these guys are at is a pretty delicate place in the process. Just pretty much every now and then they might find that they can't find their words. They've memorized a lot of words. And when you add lights and an audience to it, sometimes those words leave the brain as much as you have thought you'd had them the night before. So anyway, it's a part of the process, and so if an actor needs to call for a line, they will simply say line, and we will, without judgment or on their part, without apology, they will stay in character and simply go on. So here we go. Let's introduce everybody, okay? My name's Syl, by the way. I'm the teacher.
Hi, Syl.
Hey, Syl.
I'm Cindy.
I'm Becca. I'm Dominique. I'm Tisha. I'm Jill.
I'm Elvis.
Yoshi.
Jessica. I'm Megan. I'm Mariah.
And I'm Kira. So now we're going to make that transition with the lights. If you're in the first scene, you will just stand by and be ready to take the stage. So, imagine that a carpenter, a cabinet maker, a tailor, and a bellows mender got together to put on a play. And that's the scene that you're going to see today. This is from the Midsummer Night's Dream. And these characters are also known as the Rude Mechanicals. And these people get together and they put on plays. And you'll see the director is named Peter Quince, and that will be played by Jessica. And the often star of the plays is Nick Bottom, and that will be played by Megan. I do want to say something about our cast today. As you saw, we've got 2 men and 9 women. And when we were approaching Shakespeare, I wanted to just put gender aside and let people play all the parts, because there's so many great parts. And so you're going to see women play men today. And so we're going to see our first scene, Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 1, Scene 1.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
This is a scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all of Athens to play in our interlude for the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Then say what the play treats on, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and the most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, read the names of the actors. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom.
Ready? Name what parts I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest, yes, my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Ercles rarely, or part to tear cats in to make all split.
Francis.
The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus's car shall shine from far to make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty.
Francis.
Now
Carpenter.
Here, Peter Quince.
Okay, Flute, you shall take Thisbe on you.
What is this be? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
Nay, it is all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe. Oh, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and lady dear.
No, no. You must play Pyramus. And Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Let's see. Robin Starveling, the tailor. Here, Peter Quince. You must take on Thisbe's mother. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I'm slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but warring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly, that you would fright the Duchess and the ladies, that they would shriek, that there was enough to hang us all.
That would hang us, every mother's son.
I grant you, friends. If you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you and tour any nightingale.
You may play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a gentleman, as one shall see on a summer's day, a proper, lovely, gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and green beard, or your French crown color beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you shall play bare face. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, where we shall meet in the palace wood a mile without the town, by moonlight. There will we rehearse. For if we meet in the city, our devices shall be known, and we shall be dogged with company. In the meantime, I shall prepare a list of properties that our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we will rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's oath we meet.
Enough! Hold or cut both strings.
Hi, okay, so our second scene is also from A Midsummer Night's Dream. And you will see two characters, Helena and Hermia. And they're getting together early on in the scene to discuss some boy trouble. So this is Midsummer Night's Dream.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away? Call you me fair, but fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. When wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear, sickness is catching. Or favor so, yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye, your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue, sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. You'll teach me how you look and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that my prayers get such affection move.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Line.
Oh, that your frowns will teach my smiles.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smile such skill.
The more I hate, the more he
The
follows
more
me.
I love, the more he hateth me.
His falling, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. You no more shall see my face. Tomorrow night, Lysander and myself shall fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens a paradise to me. But then, what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto hell. And in the wood tomorrow night, where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds, will want to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck granting thy Demetrius.
How happy some or other son can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all that he do know. And as he errs doting on Hermia's eyes, so I admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And so oft, and therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he held down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her, and for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Scene, Dominique played Helena and Becca played Hermia. In this next scene, we've got Romeo and Juliet, a scene between Juliet and the nurse. Juliet is anxiously awaiting her nurse to arrive to deliver some news. And Juliet is played by Mariah, and the nurse is played by Cindy. So here's Romeo and Juliet.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet with him. Oh, that's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thought which 10 times faster glides than the sun's beam driving back shadows over lowering hills. And therefore hath nimble pinioned doves draw love, and therefore hath the wind swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 to 12 is 3 long hours, yet she's not come. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would be swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love and his to me. But old folks, many fain as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh God, she comes! Oh, honey, nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Send that man away.
Here, stay at the gate.
How good, sweet nurse. Oh Lord, why lookest thou sad? Though news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour face.
Never worry, give me leave a while. Find my bones ache with jaunts of eye.
I would thou hadst my bones and I thy news. Nay, tongue, I pray thee, speak. Good, good nurse, speak.
And who what haste
Can you not wait a while? Can you see him out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either, not say the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, you've made a simple choice. Ye know not how to choose a man. Romeo, know not he, so his face be better than any man's face, and his leg excels all men's, and for a hand, a foot, a body, they not be talked on. They are past beyond compare.
Ugh.
Line.
He is not the flower of courtesy.
He is not the flower of courtesy, I warned him, but gentle as a lamb. Go thy way, wench, serve God. Have you dined at home tonight?
No, no. But all this did I know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. When a head and eye beats as if it breaks him in 20 pieces. On my back, my side, my back, my back. For show your heart, for sending me about, to catch my death of jaunty up and down.
Oh, and Faith, I am sorry thou art not well. Sweet, sweet, sweet nurse, tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and honest, and I weren't virtuous. Where's your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
Oh, God, lady dear, are you so hot to marry? Come up, I trow. Is this opponents for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
Oh, here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to Shrift tonight?
I have.
Then hide hands to fire RCC. There stays a husband to make you a wife, and up comes the one with blood in your cheeks, they'll be scarlet straight as any news. Hie ye to the church, I must go away to fetch a ladder, for your love must scale a bird's nest as soon as it is dark. I go to dinner, hie ye to the south.
Oh, I die, fortune, honest nurse, farewell.
His actions of late. The monologues performed by Tisha.
Who can be patient in such extremes? Ah, wretched man. Would I had died a maid, and never seen thee, never borne thee son, seeing as thou hast proven so unnatural a father. Hath he deserved to lose his birthright thus? Hadst thou but loved him half so much as I, thou wouldst have left thy dearest heart blood there, rather than have that savage duke thine heir, and disinherit thine only son. Thou hast undone thyself, thy son, and me, and given unto the house of York such head as that thou shalt reign but by their sufferance. Had I been there, I am a silly woman. The soldiers should have thrown me upon their pikes before I would have granted to such an act. But thou preferst thou life before thine honor. And seeing thou dost, I here divorce myself. From both thy table, Henry, and thy bed, until that act of Parliament be repealed by which my son is disinherited. The northern lords who have forsworn thy colors will follow mine if once they see them spread, and spread they shall be to thy foul disgrace and utter ruin of the house of York. Thus I leave thee. Come, my son. Our army is ready. Come. We'll after them.
Next, we have a scene from Macbeth. Lady Macbeth is played by Kira. Macbeth is played by Yoshi. In this scene, they've been plotting to murder Duncan so that Macbeth can be the king. So we are seeing them on the night of the crime in their home. This is Macbeth.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drunk their posets, that death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's there? What up?
Alack, I'm afraid we have awakened, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark! I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I'd done it. My husband,
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now,
As I descended?
I,
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donald Bay.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh in his sleep, and one cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, when they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Listening their fears, I could not say amen when they did say, God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
Wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I couldn't. I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these days, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. The sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care. The death of each day's life, sore labor's bath, balm of her minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more. To all the house, Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Oh, my worthy Thane. Who was it thus cried? Oh, my worthy Thane, will unbend your noble strength to think so brain sickly of things. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why have you brought these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose, give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. To see I have childhood that fears the painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hands? No. This my hand would rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I'm ashamed to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire away to our chamber. A little water clears us of the steed. How easy it is then. Your constancy had left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Put on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
My deed. Wake Duncan with thy knocking. I would thou couldst.
We have a scene from Comedy of Errors, and Becca plays Antipholus, and Jill plays Dromio. And this play is full of a lot of mistaken identities. There's a set of twins. No, there's two sets of twins, and either of them doesn't know that the other one exists. So we see two of the characters here. Dromio is very, very confused because there's been somebody who believes that he is who he is, but he's not who he is. So it's a little like that. Okay, so this is Comedy of Errors. Enjoy.
Why, how now, Dromio? Where runs thou so fast? Do you know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself? Thou art Dromio. Thou art my man, and thou art thyself. I am an ass. I am a woman's man, and besides myself. What woman's man? And how besides yourself? Marry, sir, I'm due to a woman. One who claims me, one who haunts me, and one who will have me. What claim was she to be? Marry, sir, such a claim as you would lay to your horse, and she would have me as a beast. Not that I, being a beast, she would have me, but that she, being a very beastly creature, lay claim to be. What is she? A very reverend body, sir. One of such a man must not speak of it without he say, Sir Reverence. I have but lean luck in the match, and yet she has a wondrous fat marriage. How dost thou mean a fat marriage? Marry, sir, she is a kitchen wench, in all grease. I know not what use to put her to, but to make a lamp of her and run from her by her own light. Catch thy breath. She taketh away from me, sir. Oh, sir, she has rags and tallow in them that would burn for a Polish winter. If she were to live till doomsday, she would burn a week longer than the whole world. Pray, what's her complexion? Swart, like my shoe, but her face not half so clean kept. For why? She sweats. A man would fall over a shoe for the grime of it. That's a fault that water will mend. Oh no, sir, 'tis ingrained. Noah's blood couldn't do it. What's her name? Nell, sir. And her name and 3/4, that's an L and 3/4, would not measure her from hip to hip. So she, bears some breath? No longer from head to foot as hip to hip. She's spherical, like a globe. I could find out countries in her. Pray, in what part of the body stands Ireland? Mary, sir, and her buttocks, surrounded by the bogs. Where's Scotland? Mary, sir, in the hardness of her hand, in the palm, in the heart of her hand. Where England? Oh, I looked for the chalky place, but could find no white in them. But I guess on her chin, the salty runes between France and it. Where's Spain? Oh, faith, I saw it not, but felt it hot in her breath. Where America? The Indies. Oh, sir, all o'er her nose, embellished in rubies and carbuncles and sapphires, declining their rich aspects to the hot breath of Spain, who sent whole armados of carracks to ballast at her nose. Ugh. Where stood Belgium? The Netherlands. Oh, sir, I dare not look so low. To conclude, this drudge or diviner lay claim to me, called me Dromio, swore I was assured to her, told me of my privy marks. The mark on my arm, the mole on my neck, the great wart on my left arm, so that I, amazed, ran from her as a witch. I think if my breast had not been made of faith, and my heart of steel, she'd have transformed me to a curdled dog and turned me at the wheel. Go hide thee presently, post to the road, and if the wind blow anywhere from shore, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark put forth, come to the mark, where I will walk till thou return to me. If everyone knows us, and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge back and be gone. As from a bear a man would run from his life, so I fly from her who would be
be my wife. There's none but witches do inhabit here. Therefore, 'tis high time I think I were hence.
Is Yoshi performing the very famous monologue. And then we'll have another scene from Act 5 where we see Hamlet being played by Mariah. And it begins with two grave diggers featured by Tisha and Elvis. And then later on we'll see Hamlet and Megan playing Horatio. All right, so thank you very much for coming. Enjoy the last two scenes. This is Hamlet.
Against a sea of troubles, and by opposing it, to die, to sleep no more, and by asleep to say, we end the heartache, and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance, to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come. When we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would suffer the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, pour the pangs of disprized love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patience merit the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin. Who would these fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, that undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. And thus, conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus, the native hue of resolution is sicklied over by the pale cast of thought and exercise of great pitch and moment. With disregard, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action.
She to be buried in Christian burial when she willfully seeks her own salvation.
I tell thee she is, therefore make the grave straight. The crowner hath sat on her and finds it Christian burial.
How can that be? Well, she drowned herself in her own defense.
Why 'tis found so.
It must be se offendendo. It cannot be else, for here lies the point. If I drown myself wittingly, it argues an act. And an act hath three branches. Is to do, to act, to perform. Well, she drowned herself wittingly.
Nay, but hear ye, good men Delver.
Give me leave. Here lies the water. Good. Here lies the man. Good. If the man go to this water and drown himself, it is willy-nilly he goes, mark you that. But if the water come to him and drown him, he drowns not himself. Argo, he who is not guilty of his own life, shortens not his own death.
But is this law?
I, Marius, Cronus Quest law.
For you have the truth on it? For this had not been a gentlewoman, then she should have been buried out of Christian burial.
Why, there thou sayest. And the more pity that great folk should have countenance in this world to drown or hang themselves more than they're even Christian. Come, my spade. There are no ancient gentlemen, but gardeners, ditchers, and grave makers. They hold up Adam's profession.
Was he a gentleman?
It's the first that ever bore arms. I'll put another question to thee, and if thou answerest me not to the point, confess thyself.
Go to.
What is he that builds stronger than the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
The gallows maker, for the frame outlives 1,000 tenants.
I like that wit well. In good faith. The gallows does well, but how does it well? Does well to those who do ill. Now thou dost ill to say the gallows is built stronger than the church. Argal, the gallows may too well to thee, but to it again come.
Who built stronger than a mason, a shipwright, or a carpenter?
Aye, tell me that and on you. Ugh.
Ah, married now I can tell.
To it?
Mass, I cannot tell.
Cudgel thy brains about it no longer, for thy dull ass will not mend its pace to beating. And when you're asked this question again, say a grave maker. The houses he makes last till doomsday. Go, get thee and fetch me a stoup of liquor. In youth when I did love me, thought it was very sweet to contract at the time on my behove. I thought there was nothing to meet.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business? He sings at grave making.
Custom of me, and my property and easiness.
'Tis even so. The hand of little employment hath the daintier sense.
But age in his stealing steps has clawed me in his clutch and ships me into the shore as if I had never been such.
That skull had a tongue in it, and could sing once. How the knave jowls it to ground as if it were Cain's jawbone that did the first murder. This might be the pate of a politician, which this ass now o'erreaches. One that would circumvent God, might it not?
It might, my lord.
Or a courtier, which could say, "Good morrow, sweet lord. How dost thou, good lord?" This might be my lord such a one, who praised my lord such a one's horse when he meant to back it, might it not?
Aye, my lord.
And even so, my lady wormed chapless and knocked about the mazzard with a sexton's spade. There's fine revolution. We had the trick to see it. Did these bones cost no more the breeding but to play at loggards with them? Oh, mine ache to think on't.
Pickaxe and a spade for and a shrouding sheet. Oh, a pit of clay for to be made when such a guest is meet.
There's another. Why may not this be the skull of a lawyer? Where be his quiddities now, his quilities, his cases, his tenures, and his tricks? Why does he suffer this rude knave now to knock him about the sconce with a dirty shovel, and will not tell him of his action of battery? This fellow in his time might be a great buyer of land, with his statutes, his recognizance, his fines, his double vouchers, and his fees. Is this the fine of his fines and the recovery of his recoveries? That was fine pate full of fine dirt. Why does he suffer this rude knave now to knock him about the sconce? The very conveyances of his land will hardly lie in this box, and the inheritor himself must have no more.
Not a jot more, my lord.
Lie.
Is not parchment.
It's not parchment made of sheepskins.
Aye, my lord, and captains too.
There's sheep and calves which seek out assurance in that. I'll speak to this rude knave.
King Hamlet was born, he was mad and sent into England.
Aye, married. Why was he sent into England?
Why, because he was mad.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How strange.
Faith, even with losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
My here in Denmark. I've been sexton here, man and boy, 30 years.
How long will man lie on earth ere he rot?
If he be not rotten when he gets here, for we have many pocky corpses nowadays that can scarce hold the laying in, he'll last you some 8 year, 9 year, 10 will last you 9 year.
Why he more than another?
Why, sir, his hide so tanned with his trade, he'll hold out water a great while. Water's a sore to care of your horse and dead body. Here's a skull, lying in the earth, 20 and 3 years.
Whose was it?
A horse and mad fellow. Whose do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
A pestilence on him for a mad rogue. Poured a flagon of Rhenish on my head once. This same skull, sir, is Sir Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
This?
Rat.
Alas! Poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now, hoard in my imagination it is. Oh, my gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips that I've kissed, I know not how oft. Where be your guides now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table a-roar? Not one now to mock your own grinning? Right chap fallen. Now, get you to my lady's chamber and tell her, let her paint an inch thick. To this favor she must come. Make her laugh at that. Pray thee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
Is that more?
Dost thou think Alexander looked o'er this fashion in the earth?
Even so.
And smelt so too?
Even so, my lord.
To what base uses we may return, Horatio? May not the imagination trace the noble dust of Alexander till we find it stopping a bunghole?
So to consider too curiously, to consider so.
Indeed.